I'm going to share with you how to get an out of control class back in control. We're wasting time. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie Mack and I am a teacher and I'm here to help new teachers with their job. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because maybe your classroom is out of control. Maybe it's all your classes, maybe it's just one, and you want some pointers and tips on how to get them back in control. Keep in mind that this procedure works best on upper elementary students and middle schoolers. And I've never taught high school, but I imagine this will work on high school students as well. So if you're having a class that just is acting out of control, this works best for upper elementaries. I'm thinking more like 5th grade, maybe 4th grade and up. So keep that in mind. I don't think this procedure would work well with the really young children. So let's get into it. We are in crisis mode. Okay, so the first step is to put your desks in rows. If you don't have desks, you need to try to make it where the students are facing forward. However they're sitting, they are facing forward. That way if they turn left, they turn right, you can get onto them quickly because they need to be facing forward. But if you have desks, I know it's not popular, put them in rows. The next step is to create a seating chart. This is essential, especially if it's the beginning of the year and you have no idea what your students' names are. But if your class is out of hand, let's just face it, you need a seating chart. You need a seating chart. You need to put all the kids that are the biggest problems away from each other. I usually put my most disturbing student closest to the door. That way they don't have as much room to walk around as, you know, if they were further away in the classroom. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. Here is my door, and I would put my most difficult student in this chair. That way, all they have to do is go from here to here, and then from here to here. And if they wanted to sharpen their pencil or anything, look, they go from here to there. I limit how far the child who gives me the most trouble can move around in my room. I would like to add that don't tell children their seats are based on their behavior. This causes them to get defensive and angry, and even though it is about their behavior, don't make it about their behavior. You need to make it about academics. So tell them it is based on their scores. The front seat does not equal bad scores. It's all about sitting next to people that are higher or lower than you. That way y'all can help each other be the best that you can be. And tell them it is all about academics, even though it's about academics and behavior. I number the desk for many reasons, but one of the reasons is whenever the kids come in and they've got a new seat, they can just look at the board, see the number, and then they can find their seat. That way there's not any problem. I leave my seating chart on the board when I'm teaching, when I have a class that is out of control. That way, as I am walking around the room and they're acting up, I can deliver those consequences immediately. Because the part I had the hardest time with was not knowing the children's names, and so they were out of control and I couldn't call their name to correct them because I've always been terrible with names. So this is one thing I do to sort of get them in control. This seating chart can be found on my website, that is hotforteaching.weebly.com, and as you can see, there is different places and numbers how I have them set up, and you can get your own seating chart. So when a kid walks in, they can look at the board and they can see what number, and then they can match that and know where to sit. So also, if you are learning names, it is good to keep this on the board just like this. That way you can easily see who is acting up so you can give them a consequence accordingly. The next thing I do is I make copies of independent work. Whenever I have a class that is out of order, I give them a packet of work when they walk in the classroom that's done independently. And then they sit, they work. I don't do any teaching unless it's like over the shoulder, I walk up and down the aisles the whole class period and make sure they're quiet and working. Any kid that even breathes wrong, I deliver a consequence. And just like that. And I also add after school detention to my consequences. And I know people don't want to stay after school for after school detention, but if you want those behaviors to go down, offer it as a consequence, because this way kids are less likely to want to act up in your classroom because they know they'll have to stay after school. And you have heard this before. Be consistent. If you say this is the rule and this is the consequence, you have to deliver it every single time. I personally keep my rules posted by my board where I teach, and I have a roster of the kids' names and the days of the week so I can track these behaviors. So I keep myself consistent by seeing my rules in front of me, and I have my clipboard with my student roster with the days of the week, so I keep myself consistent by doing this. And do not forget to keep parents in mind whenever you are dealing with these children. The parents more than likely want to help. If you are scared to call parents, please check out my video on how to make your parent contacts a success. And if it comes to setting up a parent conference, check out that video as well, please. Now, if your class is out of control, more than likely your administrators are aware of this. But make sure that I would let them know that you have a new plan in place and you really need their help backing you up. You're going to follow your discipline plan to the T, but in the beginning it's probably going to be a little rough at first, then, as you get going. Usually kids are trying to test you, so it's going to be a little rough at first. So just be mindful of this and know that you must follow through. It might get a little worse before it gets better, but don't let them breathe the wrong way. Okay, and be consistent, and you should notice that the class will get a little bit better and better, and as they do, that's when I would start pulling up small groups to your desk to teach them individually. But do this as long as it is necessary so you can get your class under control. So let's face it, you can't teach them anything if they're out of control. So I hope these tips helped you. This is my go-to procedure whenever I have a class or classes that act up. I give them independent work. I walk around the room and don't even let them breathe wrong, and they realize they messed up, and usually they don't want to come to a class like that, so they will start behaving. But remember, following through with consequences is key. So I hope this helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to go to my website. It is hotforteaching.weebly.com for your free gift. It's free. Go! You need to go! Comment down below how you get a crazy class under control. And if you are a brand new teacher, please list the tip that you found the most helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. You all have an amazing day.